become apparent that Travis Scott has taken the world by storm, and in ways more upsetting than most. His latest Astroworld festival was a disaster, let alone degrading to watch. Being a long-term Travis fan, you begin to defend him when news erupts that 8 people are dead at his show, because TikTokers who crave media controversy want to go after a man they just discovered or either knew about from Fortnite or McDonald's. This isn't the first time Travis has had controversy on the scale of riots or injuries, from telling people to jump off balconies to telling the fans to rush the stage. But seeing 8 dead at Astrofest, your mind begins to tell itself that this level of chaos has happened at a Travis Scott concert before. The only difference is that there's casualties this time. Something is wrong. How come you have a track record of 0 deaths to now 8? You really don't know what to tell yourself besides, oh, this is a terrorist attack, especially after confirmation that somebody was injecting opioids into people's necks, which has now been debunked and classified as fake. But once I watched his half-baked apology video, I immediately began to rethink everything about my time as a hardcore fan. Video surfaced of someone unconscious and possibly deceased getting carried across a crowd while Travis acknowledges it by singing "Yeah" in autotune, even doing the robot while somebody was getting medical attention. There's a video floating around where he tells the fans to care for the person next to them, but even then I felt betrayed and didn't want to accept the reality that he just didn't care that much, let alone do something about it. My close friend threw out his merch and vinyl, saying he could barely listen to him anymore, and the memories I created during the months Astroworld dropped are now tainted by the lives of those lost during this event. He took no action whatsoever, and my heart began to sink, knowing, wow, one of my favorite artists is a piece of garbage. And then the theory video surfaced, suggesting that he was being possessed and that there were 8 flames on the stage for the 8 victims sacrificed to a greater power, etc., etc. But before I could process it all, I began defending him again. 8 dead at his concert because of religious practice was unlike his philosophy in every way. On a surface level, you can argue he makes reasonably dark music, but ultimately you can't conclude he's satanic because you heard Sicko Mode off of Astroworld 3 years ago. His lyrics are quite the opposite of the satanic persona some artists have capitalized off of, like earlier this year when he said, "Your energy is 666 and mine is blessed. Thank God I put them crosses on before we met." The reasons why his concerts are chaotic isn't the byproduct of assumed beliefs, but because this is his demographic as an artist. If you watch my video on the genius of Travis Scott, I specifically dove into his and his fans' mindset, which I encourage you to watch because saying that this didn't age well isn't exactly fair to the points I was making. At the end of the video, I say, this past year has shown how life can change so quickly, and when he gets back on stage, he has to reflect on the power of his voice, whether it be in autotune or screaming. Because chaos is his demographic, his philosophy is that if you're not raging and moshing hard enough, then you may as well just leave his concert.
These continuing actions and manipulations of the crowd mean he still holds value to his current ideology. That being his way is the only way. To be a rager means to be given an experience that could result in injury, and if you're careless enough, your life.
Point being, to say that Travis Scott sacrificed his fans is far from the truth. This was bound to happen because his track record is insane when it comes to his demographic, when it comes to his fans, when it comes to the hardcore ragers.
Yeah. That's how you know it's a good night, though.
But again, that does not justify his lack of concern when it comes to the death of now 10 people, 2 of them being kids. Combine that with his inability to take action, plus the fact that this entire field was filled with 50,000 people, limited security, 2 water stations, and undersupplied medical bays. No matter how disturbingly dark this video is, it was just bound to happen. It's sad knowing how much his music has redefined pop culture, from the upbringing of Pop Smoke to his revolutionary psychedelic sound. It's just sad knowing he's let his fans down, and the ragers go this far and did nothing to stop this from happening. He is responsible for those lives lost, and he is responsible to pay back the families that have been hurt by it, albeit all of their requests. But I hope this event brought awareness to concert safety, unless it's Adele or something with a less chaotic demographic. You know, don't bring your 9-year-old to a concert. You know, don't do it. There's an age limit on roller coasters for a reason, you know. I hated covering this topic because, again, I was a hardcore fan. I still encourage you to check out this video, though, because everything I say, I still support in that video. Very inspiring stuff, but even then, there's things about his past I didn't mention that had me like, whoa. Sacrificing morale for fame? This industry is just fucked.